I'm going to invite our next presenters up, Cris Brown and Beth McGovern.
Okay, we're just going to pass out a little something for everybody. We'll give Mary Beth a minute and Andrea a minute. While they're doing that, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Cris Brown, and I am from Imperial Healthcare. Our facility is a subacute rehab and long-term care facility in Neptune. We're right down the street from the outlets. If anybody does a lot of shopping at the Jersey Shore Premium Outlets, we're not far from there. And we provide long-term care for those that need it, but we also provide short-term rehab therapy and nursing care for those of you that may have been in a hospital, had a surgery, maybe an illness, and you're not quite ready to go home. So that's just a little bit about my background. I'm going to turn over to Beth just so she can introduce herself.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's really a pleasure to be here with you today on the eve of St. Patrick's Day, one of my favorite days of the year. So my name is Beth McGovern. I'm a registered nurse by trade, which also stands for really nosy, RN. I work for Holisticare Hospice, and what hospice provides is that end-of-life care that's so necessary. But what's beautiful about Holisticare Hospice is we do focus on mind, body, soul, the patient, and the family. It's not an easy journey to travel, but with us, you don't travel it alone. So again, I'd like to thank you all for being here and listening to us and sharing this moment together, because this is truly a blessing and a gift to me and to Cris to be here with you today. So thank you so much.
Okay, we are going to get started. So today we want to talk a little bit about positive thinking versus negative thinking. It's been a little rough to be positive after the past couple of years we've been through, right? Negativity kind of took over the news. We hear it everywhere. It's on our phones. A little heavy with COVID, but we're coming out of that now. But I was watching around the room. Mary Beth and Andrea passed out a little water. Just a little water. Saw some faces. And it's kind of the age old. Was that cup half empty, or is it half full? Or is it gone? So, some of you, maybe you'll tell me, who had a negative thought? I saw a few looks at the cup like, why am I getting about 3 ounces of water? I'm a human adult and I can drink a full cup of water. Maybe some people were like, where's the bottle of water? Because I really could go for one of those right now. But maybe some of you looked at the cup and just said, I'm really thirsty right now, and I just needed a little something to wet my whistle. Some of you might have said, water, where's the Guinness? Tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. I'd like a beer, please. That would be me. But just so you know, we have, on average, 48 thoughts per minute, which translates to about 70,000 in a day. Can you imagine how much damage we can do to ourselves if the majority of those are negative? But on the flip side, what could we do for ourselves and others if the majority of them are positive? So we have so much control over what affects us and what we take out into our day with us. So I'm going to turn it over to Beth. Beth is going to explain a little bit about the physiology of thinking, because maybe we have control over how we think, but maybe we don't.
So the reason why we do tend to think negatively is we're wired for negativity. Thinking positive, maintaining a positive attitude is work. And it's worth it if you work at it, but it's work. So the reason why we're wired for negativity, it goes back to the primitive humans. It was really important to be safe. It was really important to think, oh my goodness, that noise really could be a dinosaur in the bushes. It could be a tiger, it could be all these things. So that primitive human being is where we are today. And when we have a stressful life stress or a global pandemic, it's easy to revert to that negativity. We're literally wired for negativity. So at the base of our lovely brain, this brain that gives us so much good information and protection and stores all those wonderful memories, the base of our brain is where we hold all of our memories and all of our responses. And it's literally the filter in the top of the brainstem and it's called the reticular activating system. And it's like a secondary nervous system. So when we are alarmed or scared or nervous or anxious, depressed, all those awful feelings, it heightens the reticular activating system, which is the fight, flight, or freeze response. We've all heard of the fight or flight response, and there's also the freeze. Sometimes we have freezing. We can't do anything when we're faced with a stress or something nervous, that makes us nervous, like not speaking right now. So we're wired for negativity. We are looking for confirmation bias. So let's say we have a negative thought and it gets stuck in our little filter, the reticular activating system, the RAS. Then every other negative thought that we have, we're like, see? You see? Something bad is going to happen. Oh my goodness, see? See? So rather than looking for the positive, we're already thinking negative. So it's important to, what are we putting in that filter? What thoughts are we trying to filter out? Conversely, if we have positive thoughts, suddenly every light is green on the way to Monmouth Mall to scan. Suddenly, I have a parking spot right in front of scan. Wouldn't that be nice? Right in front of the door. So when we're looking for negative, we'll find negative. It's desired certainty. We're wired for that. We're looking for positive, we'll find positive. We're wired for that. And that's the desired certainty. We want more of what we already know. Have we all heard that awful statement, better the shark you know than the shark you don't? Well, I'm sorry, sharks still have rough teeth. They hurt. So I don't want to know any shark. But desired certainty, this is the reason why we kind of grow in that negativity. Negativity as well as positivity is something that we can stay in if we don't do the work. Confirmation bias is that, see what I mean? We love to be right. We're human beings. Don't we love to win an argument? Don't we love to be right? I know I do. I'm a mom, I'm never right. Any of us who are parents, we're never right? And then the other part of the negativity is belonging. We're either always looking for love or giving love. And when we aren't getting it in the way that we are giving it out, we get very negative very fast. But the good news is, I know this sounds really terrible, but we have a choice. There are things that we can do. Our own little hands, our own little brains, our own little hearts, we can fix ourselves, we can heal ourselves, and we can do the work. And that's what we're here to talk about today, doing the work to make us better.
So just a little few tips on how we can start doing some of that work. Everyone has a handout, I hope. Everybody got a handout? So what's the first thing we have to do to fix a problem? We have to actually identify that it is a problem. We have to kind of put our eyes, our ears, our heart, and our mind on it and say, this is something that is not working for me and I'd like to work on it. So in order to identify the negative thinking, we have to do a couple of things. We have to grab a hold of one of those thoughts that maybe we had today. Maybe it was the first one you had before you even got out of bed this morning. Was it negative? Why was it negative? So the first thing is we're going to look to see if we're filtering. Are we only focusing on our negative thoughts during the day? I had a very Sicilian neighbor, and he always said to me, it's your head on the pillow at night. Right? So in our head, when we lay it down at night, what were we thinking about? Was it a positive that we had that day, or were we only focusing and filtering out the negative, the mistake that maybe you made that day? So that's one piece. Are we filtering out the negative and focusing on that alone? How about personalizing? Who personalizes things? Oh, right? So-and-so canceled on you for lunch today. I probably said something the other day and now they canceled on me, and I did something and now they don't want to be around me. Or, maybe you were supposed to do something with your family that weekend and their plans changed. Like Beth said, it's the ego. We can't help it. It has to be something to do with us, but maybe it's not. Maybe their plans just changed and it didn't work out. So we have to try to stop personalizing any change or any negative situation that we might be in. Catastrophizing. Maybe you woke up the other day, right? It was cold, windy, snowing. Maybe you heard it on the window before you even got out of bed. Today is going to be a terrible day. But maybe it's not. But if we set our mind that way and we take one small negative and let it take over our whole day, we're in catastrophe thinking before our day even started. Do we blame others for things that we know we can take a little ownership of? Are we not doing that deeper work to look to see where did I have some responsibility in this situation? And lastly, are we magnifying or polarizing things? Making mountains out of molehills, we all have done it, right? We all tend to like a little drama, whether we want to admit it or not. And then polarizing. It's either this way or that way. No in between. But we know that life's not like that, right? It's all about the gray. Hardly ever is it black or white. So once we've identified some of these things and patterns that we might be showing to ourselves, showing others, now we want to start to focus on the positive thinking. How do I get out of this? I know I'm in a negative track here. It's not good for me. I can feel it. It's in my muscles. I'm tensing up. I'm uncomfortable. This is not good for me. I'm going to work on this. We're going to look to think, is it one specific thing that is making me focus on the negative? Maybe it's a family member we're having some conflict with. Maybe it's something with our job. Maybe it's something with our finances. What can I do to focus some positive energy into this one place that could then have this snowball effect and help me get on a more positive, feeling towards everything in my life? Try to check yourself. Check in with yourself. Just stop. Maybe you're in the car. Maybe you're walking up the stairs. How do I feel right now? What am I thinking about? Is what I'm thinking about good for me? Am I focusing on something negative? Sometimes we just have to stop ourselves for 2 seconds and really catch what's going on in our brain. And maybe we can turn it around before it gets out of control. Practice positive self-talk. Beth and I were talking about this. Give yourself a hug. Tell yourself it's okay. It's hard to do that. We don't talk to ourselves like that. So maybe once a day, try to find one kind thing that you can say to yourself. It's a habit. Habits are hard to form. Be open to humor. If you're in a really bad mood, find a comedian you like, a show you like, a sitcom, something that just takes your brain off the cycle for a minute. Let yourself laugh. Healthy lifestyle can also help you stay positive. You can surround yourself with positive people, right? Just like we are what we eat, we're probably in the mood of the people that we're with. So if we're with happy, positive people, that will probably have a positive effect on us. And anyone know of any of the apps on the phone that are dedicated to these kinds of things? Anyone ever hear of Calm, Happify, Headspace? These are some great apps that you can download on your phone for free. And a lot of times they'll start your morning off with a positive affirmation. So just for example, this morning mine was, and I thought it was perfect, good things take time. And so I just kind of start my day off thinking, okay, where does that play a role in my life? So these are just some of the things that you can practice on your own. We are going to ask you to just go on a little journey with us for a minute. We're going to just take you on a very brief meditation. We're going to talk about manifesting positivity and seeing if we can bring a little of that into our life today. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Beth. We're going to get that started.
Again, like we had said before, being positive, maintaining a positive attitude does take work. So part of the work is in the power of our own hands. It's within us. So I'm going to ask each one of you to just close your eyes softly and gently. Adjust yourself in the seat that you're sitting so that you can be comfortable. And when you're comfortable, I'm going to ask each one of you to gently take a nice deep breath in through your nostrils and let it out. Now take another deep breath in, and this time I'm going to ask that you hold it just for 1, 2 seconds, and now you let it out. Doesn't that feel good? And now one more time, this third time, I want you to breathe in, nice and easy, and welcome that beautiful oxygen into your lungs, into your body. Think of that oxygen as a beautiful kiss on the cheek. You're nourishing your body with this beautiful oxygen, and let it go. And those 3 deep breaths are already changing your chemistry in your whole body, welcoming in that new feeling of comfort and love and acceptance. So I'm going to ask, as Cris had stated, take this journey with me. And now imagine in your eyes in your brain, see a beautiful light blue summer sky. We're so lucky to live here at the Jersey Shore where we have the summers that can be so beautiful. Imagine that beautiful blue sky, not a cloud in the sky. And let's take a nice deep breath in. Welcome that blue sky, that warm air, and just let it go. And as you're sitting there and you have any thoughts, it's very hard to sit and not think of anything. Just welcome those thoughts, look at them, and send them away. Just send them on their way. And as you sit here, I want you to feel proud, feel happy, feel that love you have for yourself and your family. You're taking a positive step in the direction to having a positive life. I would like you to maintain this positive moment. Feel the love and compassion that you have for yourself and others. You may want to even imagine a cool breeze as you breathe in that beautiful air. Let it nourish your body. Feel that cool breeze brushing against your face and let it go. And as you look at the clear blue sky, feel a sense of love and appreciation for your mind and all that it does for you and all the challenges it has presented and defeated. And I would like you to take this time and repeat the following phrase, either silently with me or to yourself, as you're feeling peaceful, rested, and relaxed. I choose to see the good in the world. I choose to perceive the world in a positive light. I have the power to change my own story. I am capable of great things. I am prepared for new challenges. With every breath you take in, exhale fear, exhale doubt, exhale discomfort. As you breathe in, I want you to feel I am at peace with myself. I know that I am responsible for how I view the world. So I choose to feel happy. In this moment, I choose to see the good in the world. In this moment, I am peaceful and relaxed. And we're going to take another nice, long, deep breath in and let it go. Release that air into that beautiful blue sky. And now as we come back to our bodies and come back to this room, I want you to softly open your eyes. And remember, in this moment, we have control over our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions. And just welcome the air back into your lungs and maybe roll your shoulders back, maybe move your head from side to side. And feel all that goodness that you've just welcomed into your own body. And this is something you could do for yourself. This is a gift you could give to yourself, either in the morning or in the night, or even in traffic. But definitely welcoming that still, quiet moment. You deserve it.
So hopefully today we gave you a few tips on how to try to drive out some of the negativity and replace it with some more positive thoughts and feelings. We are going to do a little test and see who did the best at manifesting positivity. So we're going to come around with a little something for everybody.
While Cris is handing out these envelopes, I wanted to just talk about other ways that we can take healing, positivity, and healthy behaviors into our own hands. So one thing I like to think about, as Cris mentioned, we all have approximately 70,000 thoughts a day. And it's called capacciata. Buddha named it capacciata. It's that inner chatter that we have. It's very distracting and very disruptive to have 48 thoughts at once. So one way that we can overcome that is with mindfulness. Mindfulness is really just 3 steps. It's very simple. It's present, focused attention. So you're going to focus on how you're feeling right now. Check in with yourself. Is this chair comfortable? Is it not comfortable? Does my shoulders hurt? Do my feet hurt? Are my shoes okay? My shoes are not okay. This was dumb. So just check in with yourself. focused attention. Maybe there's a problem that you have, maybe there's something that's on your mind. Focus your attention on that and look for possible solutions. The other is present moment awareness. Now, we're very fortunate. We're here together. What a beautiful day, right? What a beautiful moment. Because 2 years ago, 3 years ago, we didn't have this time. We were not allowed to be in a room like this. So if that doesn't give us perspective of present moment awareness and appreciation, I don't know what does. It was almost like a reset button that we all needed, because we take a lot of things for granted. So the last piece of the mindfulness is acceptance. It is what it is. It is what it is. And in this moment, you can choose. Are you going to let it upset you? Is there something you could do about it? Or are you going to let it go? And fortunately, with most things, we do have that option, and we also have each other to help. And there's always someone to help us when we have an issue that we need to settle. So Cris lovingly handed out these beautiful green envelopes.
We're going to ask, did everyone get an envelope? No. We did.
Oh, okay. Oh my goodness, we forgot the front row.
Okay. Please open your envelopes and good luck. Let's see who manifested the best, most luck and the most positivity. Hopefully somebody.
So in there you'll find a coin that you can scratch off. And again, manifestation is putting out a positive thought, and the world, the universe, your higher power, whatever your belief is, may deliver it to you. Maybe we'll have a really lucky winner.
We want to thank you. We want to wish you all a happy St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. Please be safe. We do have lunch in the back for everyone when you're finished. And please let us know if you hit it big.